Voters in Georgia are heading to the polls in a Senate runoff that has national implications since it could keep the chamber evenly split. While there was historic turnout for early voting, both candidates still need to try their best to bring out voters. Joining us now live from Atlanta is CBS's Skylar Henry. And my friend Skylar, this is the final day there in Georgia.
Hey, Justin, good to see you from Atlanta, in Atlanta. That's right. Good to see you. Incredible thinking about where we are yet again, Georgia being back in the spotlight for another runoff election. This time the incumbent Raphael Warnock looking to secure his seat back in the Senate, while the challenger Herschel Walker looking to upend that position and create a 50-50 split in the Senate. Now, while this may not have as big of the stakes as before in terms of control in the Senate, given that Democrats will have the majority, all eyes are on the outcome from tonight's election.
When I say Warnock, you say vote. Warnock! Warnock!
It's decision day in Georgia, and the highly anticipated Senate runoff contest between Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock
we are going to win.
And his Republican challenger Herschel Walker.
I'm telling you again, vote, 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 flood the polls.
Both candidates made their rounds Monday in a final push to get voters to the polls.
Now we're working on turnout, turnout, turnout.
Walker continued his bus tour.
I think Herschel would be more for the people of Georgia.
Senator Warnock held a rally at Georgia Tech urging students to do their part.
I really enjoyed seeing how passionate they were about the younger generations.
Democrats still have the majority in the Senate without Georgia, but 51 seats instead of 50 would give them an easier time legislating and appointing judges.
Now, this is one of the more expensive Senate races in the country. Tens of millions of dollars have been poured into both of these Senate races, so it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out tonight. Polls close here at 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right, Skylar, something else I find pretty interesting, and I want to get your take on this. Both President Biden and former President Trump, they've stayed pretty quiet during this runoff election. What's the strategy there?
Right, up until yesterday, Justin, where we heard from both men chiming in on behalf of both of their candidates, essentially from the former president. Members of the Republican Party here in the state, as well as strategists, have said they do not want him to come here, given how polarizing he is, especially considering the fact that that could encourage more Democrats to head to the polls. On behalf of the president, he has chosen not to get involved in races that are relatively close. Instead, what we've seen all midterm season, going to states and areas where he is much more popular than in a city or in a state than Georgia, instead sending surrogates, other Democratic rock stars. We've seen former President Barack Obama come here twice over the course of this election season, as well as other surrogates, celebrities, and the like. So that is the strategy, to have the incumbent Raphael Warnock focus more so on local issues and things like that to try to get the win.
Great insight from you, Skylar. Thank you so much for reporting live there in Atlanta. And Jocelyn, today's race is still expected to be a pretty tight one there.